Stephen's story is connected to this dream. So Alex, please tell us.
Thank you. So this is the story of Stephen and Alexander Jalso, who are twins. Next slide, please. So in February 18th, 1930, Stephen and Alexander were born. And along with their younger sister Anna and younger brother Charles, they grew up on the family farm in Dutchkirch. They had a good life. The picture in the middle is of their father, who is in a Hungarian ceremonial dress called Dish Magyar. Got it right. Awesome. So then World War II came, and in 1944, they fled Dutchkirch to Budapest. They survived the siege of the city. Under the communist government, they lost their home, their land, everything except for a few possessions. After 1956, Stephen and Alexander decided to leave Hungary, where they ended up in a refugee camp. Next slide, please. Their paternal uncle Tibor had left Hungary after World War II to come to the United States, so he sponsored them. Stephen arrived in early 1957, Alexander later in that year. Stephen enrolled in Dickinson College, pursued a degree in mathematics. After that, he got a job at Cornell University, and he worked there for 36 years, and then he retired. So the bottom picture in the middle is one I like because Stephen was a gifted mechanic. He could fix anything mechanical. When I would go to visit him, we would go to this big building he had. And in this building were lots of Saabs, the old Saabs, the ones with the two-cycle motors for people who know that. What Stephen would do is he would get these Saabs and fix them. And then whenever foreign nationals would come and work at Cornell, he would give them a car. So the deal was, if you no longer need it, you give it back. If you leave Cornell, you give it back, so he can continue to provide vehicles to those who are working at Cornell. Alexander enrolled in the Lancaster Theological Seminary, and in 1958 he was named the minister of his first church, which is in Morgantown, West Virginia. And that started a 61-year career in the ministry. So it was at Morgantown, West Virginia, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Buffalo, New York, Brownsville, Pennsylvania, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He served the church in Brownsville the longest, over 20 years. And during that time, he was also the pastor or the chaplain at the hospital, and he served on the boards of the Brownsville Ministerial Association, Public Library, Cross Keys Human Services, and the Chamber of Commerce. And that led in 1997 to him being named Brownsville's Man of the Year. It also got him the nickname the Bishop of Brownsville. Next slide, please. So on the color picture, that's Stephen, and in 1963, Stephen married a Shirley Beckwith. And Shirley said that Stephen taught her the Hungarian culture, and she taught him that in English, the accent isn't always on the first syllable. So Stephen and Shirley had two daughters, Catherine and Laura. 1960, Alexander married an Irene Sabo, whose mother emigrated from Hungary in the early 1900s. And Alexander and Irene had two sons, Alex, myself, and Alex. Next slide. So in the picture in the middle, that's a family picture, you know, early on. And for a little kid myself at that time, you know, they're twins. It's like having two fathers. So when we would visit, I called him Uncle Steve Daddy. So, now, Stephen and Laura's, Stephen and Shirley's children, they each had two children. And for Alexander and Irene, their two sons, they also had children as well. And the grandparents, they just spoiled their kids, spoiled them so much. And they love their grandchildren very much. They like to see the continuation of the family. So they were very proud of them. So even though my father had a twin, they were identical. As got a little older, you could start to tell them apart. So my uncle's accent was a little thicker, his clothes were a little rumpled, and his jokes were a little saltier. So try and figure out which, who is who. That's a picture on a beach on a windy day. So you can see that. Stephen and Alexander were dedicated to their profession. They loved their wives, children, and their grandchildren. They supported their family in Hungary while living in the U.S. They continued their Hungarian roots while pursuing their American dreams. And as Shirley said, they were truly exceptional men, and that's why God made two of them. So thank you.